And we're recording. Yes,
Yes.
we're recording. Hi,
Okay.
guys. Welcome to the Bam and Beyond podcast. This is the podcast where you learn more about Bam and beyond. We're working on the intro. But my name is Simon and I am your host. And today we are joined by.
Ray. I'm also a co-founder of Bam and Beyond. It is a pleasure to be on the podcast
Your Britishness
again.
just came up. Pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, for real. It's dope that to be back on the podcast.
Yeah, man. This is
With
a new thing. So
mhm.
we're just gonna roll with it and have
Yeah,
fun,
defo.
and hopefully you guys like learn more about us and
Mm-hmm.
who we are and why we do what we do. And yeah, so for those who aren't familiar with you, Ray, could you share a little bit about your story just so they can
Yeah, of course,
get up to
My
speed?
name is My name is Ray. I am 26 years old. I'm full Filipino. Uh,
For
Also
sure.
an aspiring actor. The reason why is just because I love acting. I've always loved the performing arts as a whole, um, and I also want to put British Asian actors on the map. Want to put them on Hollywood. Want to put them on mainstream television. Want to put them on the big movies, big names. Want to be like Gemma Chan. Ooh, love her,
We love
love
Gemma
her.
Chan.
We
Gemma
love
Chan,
Gemma Chan.
if you ever listen to this, would love to work with you one day
Yes,
on
yes, please.
anything. No, we're speaking
Yes,
this into the
yeah,
universe. We're
definitely.
putting this out there.
Yeah.
One day we will work with Gemma Chan.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna happen. But
I
yeah, like
agree.
again, it's like kind of like you were starting to make a list, and then how far was that list actually gonna go?
It's
In
true.
terms of British Asian actors, we got Gemma Chan, Dev Patel,
Mm-hmm.
Henry Golding counts. Defo. Wait,
Yes.
yeah, he does. No,
Yeah.
he does.
Okay. I guess
Wait,
he
okay, I'm not
can.
trying to throw shade or anything. Now I'm trying to calculate it. No, he does.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
he spent
no.
time here growing up, I swear.
Yeah, he spent some time here.
For those who aren't familiar with Henry Golding, he was in Crazy Rich Asians, and so was Gemma Chan. And Dev Patel has been in so many amazing projects that I can't list on the top of my head. But yeah, and then there's going to be Raise the Panther.
Yes, me. Hopefully.
Wait, do
No,
you?
not even hopefully. Not even
No, no, no.
hopefully. It's gonna happen. Not even hopefully. I'm sorry. I'm gonna correct myself there. It's going to happen.
I love
Like
that.
I'm gonna work my absolute ass
You
off.
was going to say something else there.
Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but yeah.
I don't know if this is
Yeah,
going to be
I'm
explicit.
gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna work myself off to like make
So
it.
I was going to ask, right? Because
Mm.
so with your like, because you were formerly known as Rice Boy Ray.
Yeah, that's me.
So now with your current like handle,
Mm-hmm.
because I was actually like sort of thinking how I was going to introduce you before, and I was going to like, is it would it be Ray the Panther or Ray D the Panther, or how do you?
So either is fine. So
Okay,
D is for my middle name. So my middle name is Daniel. But yeah, Razor Panther is fine. Ray D's Panther. But I want to put the Daniel in there because I'm a little bit of a weeb as well. I'm a
I was
massive One Piece fan.
I was about to
Yeah,
say that.
so if you guys know about One Piece, you know about the Will of D. So I wanted to put that in there. But yeah,
You
meaning that I'm
weeb.
destined for greatness. Yeah, so like people who have the Will of D are normally destined with greatness or like are destined for greatness. So yeah,
Okay.
essentially that's why I wanted to put that there.
And speaking of destiny, like as cheesy as I'm going to segue, I generally were destined to meet.
Yeah, without
Like
a
our
doubt, without a
paths were
doubt.
like
Yeah,
gonna cross at some point anyway. And we've known each
7 years
other
in the
now
making.
7 years, man. That's
7
like
years in the making.
that's almost 10. I had to do the
3 years
maths
from it.
there. But yeah,
Love it.
7 years, 2013. I had to do the
Yes.
maths.
Yeah,
Um,
2013, July.
July. Oh wow, so
Yeah.
7 years coming up, man.
Yeah, 7 years is coming up.
How are we gonna
7 years,
celebrate?
definitely. Quarantined.
No, we won't still be in lockdown by July. Unless
I
there's this.
reckon. I
Okay.
reckon.
But yeah,
Just because the British
so
public aren't. Yeah, but anyway.
anyways, so yeah, 2013 July, that was at the La Quacha infamous open mics. Am I correct?
Yeah, it was the second ever one, I think. Because I don't recall you being at the first. Um,
Why wasn't
but yeah, the second. No, it was the second one. It was the second ever one. The only reason why I remember is because I was wearing a green T-shirt. I don't know how I remember, but I remember
I? That is such a mundane detail to remember.
I was
If there's
wearing a
pictures, we'll
green
insert
super
it
dry
here
T-shirt.
in the video for you guys to
Yeah,
see.
green super dry T-shirt. I remember that distinctly.
Oh, super dry. I don't mind super
Yeah.
dry.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I remember like because when I was first there, I got like when I first like met you, I guess because your set was at like the end, near the end.
Always.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, yo, it's like, wait, these guys are like the headliners. Yeah, so this was you and Tim, correct?
Yeah, my best friend Tim. Back when I was dabbling in music is one of my other passions as well.
Hmm.
Um, I still love to create music, but it's sort of now more of an escape and sort of a
Yeah,
release for myself.
yeah,
Music has always played a massive part for me, but obviously my main passion and goal in life is to become a successful artist, actor. So yeah,
I love that. I mean, you can always like do
do
you will
both.
do both anyway at some point. So
Exactly, I will do. No, yeah.
um, we'll get you to do some like original soundtracks.
Heck yeah, I'm
That'd be
down.
so cool.
I'm
That'd be so
down.
cool. But, I mean, you did release a demo last year, right?
Yeah, I released a demo last year. It's still on SoundCloud. Show me how you feel. I feel like we need to remix it, revamp it,
Mm,
re-twist it up. But yeah, definitely, it was just more of me experimenting to see how it would go to sort of um, for me to create music again. But yeah, it's exciting, exciting times
I love that. I
for
feel
me
like
as a whole.
it's so important for everyone to have a creative outlet, like
Mm.
um, and even having kind of like your I'll say main like your primary, but then like just not limiting yourself to just one thing, right?
Hmm.
Like you can do everything. Like it's just kind of I guess finding the right balance, right? Or
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Finding the right balance and making sure that you're enjoying it while doing so. Because even though
yeah.
if you're just constantly creating, if you're not enjoying it, then
What's the point?
yeah, what's the point? And you can definitely sense that with content. Sometimes you can definitely see that when someone isn't enjoying their content, um, you can definitely see that they're not putting their heart and soul into it. So as long as you continue to enjoy it, in my opinion, then
Yeah.
just keep doing it and just
Yo,
keep
man, I
creating.
fully believe that. Like, especially kind of like because it's the energy we're like putting out into the
Yeah.
universe, into the world, and especially when it comes to creating things and projects and stuff, the energy we're putting into it, it reflects.
Mm.
Like, I feel like the best videos that we've done together are the ones where we had so much fun
Much
making
fun.
them,
Exactly.
which is why, like, I guess with the skits, like I enjoy them a lot, and looking back, I'm like, because I guess I kind of like remember, like, oh my God, like I remember when we did this scene and when we shot this, because
Hmm.
it all kind of like comes back. And I mean, don't get me wrong, with the short films as well. But then,
Mm.
because our short films can be hella like, what's that
Yeah.
word? What's that word we were talking
Emotional.
about before? Hugot?
Hugot, yeah, that's means like in the fields in Tagalog. Hugot, Hugot.
That's your Filipino word of the day. Shout out Chismis. Is it 22 Chismis or Chismis 22?
Tutu
22
chismes.
Chismis. Sorry, guys. Well, who's coming?
Thank you to the social
um,
media. I mean, social media. Emergency
social
services.
distancing?
Social distancing. Yes.
Oh, man. But yeah, so because we're talking a little about your music, um,
Hmm.
do you when you was on because you had a stint living in
Hmm.
Philippines, do you think that also
Yes.
sort of reinvigorated that side of yourself or
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of the people I would hang around with were artists. So a lot of people like myself, sort of like um people who are Filipino but were brought up abroad. So a lot of them weren't from the
Mhm.
UK, but I'd say the majority of them from the States. They moved out to the Philippines to kind of pursue a career in the Philippines because
Yeah.
they have that niche market there. I'm just like, okay, cool. We're we're Phil Ams or Phil Brits. That's what they call us. because we weren't exactly Filipino, but we were, because
Yeah.
we weren't originally from there. So it was like, cool, this is like such a sick market.
Mhm.
So this is why a lot of I was really, really surprised that like I wasn't the only person there. But with me, I wanted to pursue the acting side. With
Yeah.
them, they wanted to pursue the music side. So it was like, oh, really cool to see how sort of broad and diverse it was, and it's kind of experiencing Western Filipinos alongside we having the same passions as myself. It was really, 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 really cool to see
And also like being back in like the motherlands, right?
in the Philippines. Yeah, it was an experience. I'll give you that. It was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. Living alone, first time living abroad by
Alone.
myself,
Yeah.
alone. Yeah.
And like as you sort of mentioned as well, like did you ever feel like, oh, okay, right, like to make this about myself, I've because I haven't been back to Philly in quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like if I go back, I'm kind of like I personally struggle with that sort of like belongingness because like so being half
Yeah.
Filipino, half Singaporean. If I go back to Philippines, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not really fully Filipino, and then even now being in the UK, I'm kind of like, but like I am British, but then sometimes I'm like, is that kind of like torn
Mm.
identity of like where is home for me? Like where do I? But obviously, I
No, I
know
get
I'm
that.
meant to be here. Like I'm meant to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was born here.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess so. I guess for you, is like, did you ever encounter that where people, because you're essentially like British, did people approach you a bit differently
A
or?
little bit. I did experience it a little bit. They could definitely tell that I wasn't from the Philippines, but it was more to do with
Mm,
the fact that I chose to surround myself with people that were like
who
myself,
yeah, makes sense.
and it just made it feel that much more home.
Hmm.
So some of the most incredible people I've met out there, and I love them to bits because they made my experience in the Philippines amazing. And I was fortunate enough to hang out with sort of like high end uh, Filipino
Yeah,
celebrities, and it was really cool. It's more like such a blessing in disguise for me
yeah.
to go out there and connect the way that I did, because not everyone can say like, oh yeah, I've met these people, I've hung
Mm,
out with these people on a regular basis. I've got their numbers and stuff like that. Like although I don't text and message them often, but it's more like, oh, this is really, really cool.
yeah,
And I've got like the evidence and proof to say like, yo, this was something that I'm proud that I managed to do,
yeah,
because I pursued and I pushed my way, and where I fully physically didn't know that many people besides relatives. I didn't know anyone, but I went out of my way and networked my way through to meet these people. And like one of the people who I was fortunate enough to meet was like Rans Kyle, James Reed, Nadine Lustre, really, really sort of top end Filipino celebrities, and I'm hanging out with them, and it's really cool because they were like, oh, this guy can hang with us, and he's like, and the way that they didn't treat me like I was a fan or anything like that. They treat me like a
yeah,
regular human being, and I think it's just because the whole mindset behind it that people have is just because they're celebs. You gotta treat them like a celeb,
yeah,
but they're people too. And my whole mindset, and I've always stuck by it, is surround yourself with people you want to be like.
yes.
And because
You're,
I want to be like them, I want to be a successful actor, I want to be a successful artist. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm a massive fan. Well, yes, I may
mm,
be. I want to be
yeah,
like, I want to be like you. So what are you doing, and what can I grab from you to manifest that over myself? So yeah, that's what I was doing out there.
yeah. There's a term. It's like it's finding like your soul tribe,
Mm,
or like your vibe attracts your tribe. Those kind of
mm-hmm,
quotes, which I like again genuinely believe because that's also what happened to me in terms of like meeting people over the
mm-hmm.
course of the past like 7 sort of
7 years.
years who have supported me and who
Mm-hmm,
also like their passions and what they want to do align with me as well. And it's like again, like you're one of them, and it's yeah, like I generally believe like we meet people when we're supposed to. Like everything happens when it's
mm-hmm,
supposed to happen. Um,
mm-hmm.
And because I remember before you also went to Philly, you were part of a movie as well. Like you,
Yeah, their movie, yeah, James and Nadine's. I was more of an extra.
yeah,
It was just like super by chance. Like honestly, it's like the what are the chances? If I were to explain, like family relative of mine was doing his masters here, and he was living with us. And and it was sort of January 2018. Um, and the director of the movie graduated from the same uni as him. So she reached out to him and said, "Hey, James and Nadine are filming their film out in London. Do you just want to hang out? Because I haven't seen you in how long?" And yeah, uh,
wow,
literally, he said, "Come along with us," and I did, and I got to hang out with James and Nadine.
wow.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because like, I mean, again for you, it's like they're just like they're normal people, but then we
Hmm.
have so many friends who are like
Yeah.
who are like massive
Exactly.
fans of their work and everything, which is amazing. Yet
Hmm.
again, like we meet people, we meet the people we're supposed to meet. I believe that.
Exactly.
'Cause, so this was
Exactly.
before you went to Philly as well. Did this also
Yeah. It
influence
was.
your
It was. It was.
decision?
No, so I already made my decision last year, December, after I went to Philippines in 2017,
Mm,
December, and I'd already declared I was like, I'm going to move to the Philippines in summer of 2018,
yeah.
and I'd already declared this over to my family, and they were like, okay, you want to do that, you do you, and I was just like, okay, and then what kind of put the nail in it was meeting them. It
Yeah.
the following month. It was actually the following month in January of 2018. So the following month, I came back to the UK. I went to Spain for a bit, um, and I told a good friend of mine that I was planning to do so. And then I came back, and then about 2 weeks after coming back from Spain, boom, James and Nadine.
I guess that's
Yeah.
like the universe sort of like being like, hey, the
Hmm.
path that you're on is the right path. Like,
Yeah. It's crazy like, thinking about it. Like, and then even then I was kind of doubting myself, but I booked my tickets in April of that year to
mm.
fly out in August. It was in that month I met Idris Elba.
Oh, that was in Regent Street, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my,
So it was all in that year that I was just like, yo, like, why am I suddenly bumping into these high end
yo, man,
celebrities?
there's signs.
And I was just like, this can't just be for no reason, because like it's far too sort of coincidental for it to happen so often. So I was like, yeah, and then boom.
I love that. I feel like that's happened to me on a similar-ish levels in terms of like some of the sort of like Asian Americans I've met who have
Yeah.
come to the UK. Like, um, I mean, because so when we met 2013, that was
13,
also
yeah.
the year Wong Fu came to London,
Yes. Yeah.
and AJ was there as
Yeah,
well,
AJ
right?
Raphael, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember that because that was your birthday with AJ, right?
Yeah, my birthday with AJ.
Was on the day
It
of,
was
yeah.
my 20th birthday.
Oh, we're old. But again, like speaking of like when we meet people, it's like so at the Wong Fu event, that's also when we also met Tim, the fellow
The
yellow.
fellow yellow. Yeah.
And yeah, essentially, if that didn't happen, honestly, Bam wouldn't be here. Like,
No. No. I don't think
because
so.
at the time I was part of a different sort of media collective, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
Omni Creations. And then yeah, from fast forwarding from that was when I remember me and Tim had a moment together where we were. I think this was the start of 2016, and we were both like, we want to make short films, and then we were just like, wait, why don't we just do this together?
Mm.
And then I remember because like I still remember that day because when I was thinking about who I wanted to be part of it, you were definitely one of the first people I thought about.
Yes.
And now fast forward, and I feel like we're just getting started still. Like
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
it's still it almost still feels like it's like day one again. Like I love it.
No,
Like
definitely. It's cool. I think it took
um
a lot of personal growth, a lot of self discovery for like both of us, and
yes.
not even that. It's just kind of like, wow, we are now ready to bring Bam to the table. Because I think for us, it was just like this is all new, this is all super exciting for us,
Mm,
and we just dove straight in, and
yeah.
and during that period of time, there was a lot of self discovery, self of us like learning,
Yeah.
and it was like it's really cool. But now like we're just a little bit older,
Yeah.
and we can just there's so much more that we can bring to the table now.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
it's so sick. It's now thinking like we can now be that forefront for the British Asian media, in terms of in the UK, like
Yeah.
just because back then what we would always be looking up to was be the American, Asian Americans, and
That's so true.
because they were that's what we saw when we were growing up, because YouTube was literally run by them, the JK Films, Wong Fu, Ryan
They had
Higa,
that on lock.
yeah, Kev Jumba, like OGs like My Chonny, like
And this was a
it's
time before like TikTok and
yeah,
Snapchat and
yeah,
like it's such a different landscape now.
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
oh man.
It's
Like
crazy now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
it's so crazy to think about it. But then like now when I think about like with TikTok, I feel like well, I don't know if it's my sort of recommendations that I'm seeing, but like there's a lot of Asians on TikTok.
there are,
Like
yeah.
a lot. And
Hmm.
I don't even know where I'd start to list everyone because it wouldn't fit in one podcast, but
No, definitely.
it's amazing because then you have those different sort of groups and what's the right term? Is it like houses or something?
Like a hype house. So like
Hype
there's a
house.
massive,
Yeah.
yeah, like a hype house. So sort of like SDG. There's in the UK. There's the new one, Full Fortunes.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. I think I've
yeah,
heard of them.
yeah. But yeah, there's just a bunch. There's a lot. Full Fortunes is directly British creators, so it was
Okay.
really cool. Um, like +44, as you know, is the UK. If you didn't know, it would be the UK international calling code.
Oh yeah, it
So
is.
yeah, the international calling code is 44 +44 or 0044. But yeah, so
Oh,
yeah, I think it was really creative because four looks like an A, so Full Fortune.
wait, yeah, it does.
Where they at though?
Yeah,
Hey.
it does. It does.
Hmm.
And it again, it's kind of like when we kind of look at it and kind of compare, it's crazy how sort of things evolve over time in terms of especially with like platforms and how people
Hmm.
migrate. Because I think when we first met as well, it was the Vine
It was
era,
Vine era. It was definitely the Vine era.
and it was kind of coming towards the end of also like the Tumblr
Tumblr,
era,
Tumblr era, definitely.
and now it's like definitely like more Instagram,
Hmm.
definitely. I can't speak about Snapchat because I don't actually use that much, but
Mm.
I do see the memes of the snap scores and stuff like that. I feel like this is telling people how old I am. But
That's
yeah, so yeah, TikTok's fun though. Like
yeah, I love it.
um yes, there are issues,
Hmm.
but there's also positives.
Mm. I'd say there are more
And
positives than negatives, in
yeah,
my opinion.
yeah, I definitely feel that way. Like I mean, we've been on TikTok around this. I think I kind of took it a bit more seriously after you went viral
Because I said expired bread, just to throw that out there.
because of the carbohydrates.
Because of carbohydrates. Well, expired carbohydrates. Let's be real.
Expired, expired bread. No, that
Expired bread.
I think because I remember. I think I was with you on the day where it was racking up
Yes.
the metrics,
Yeah.
and I remember when I watched, it, I was just like, wait. First of all, you posted this like a month
A
or a
month
few weeks
ago.
ago,
Yeah.
and now it's getting picked up, and I'm like, I. But then, hey, like you don't know how people will react to content. I think that's the main
No,
lesson I'd say
exactly. Yeah.
because you just posted it and it's like
I
boom,
literally just left it there. Yeah.
and it's kind of like with when we post, I was like, it depends on how much expectation we
Hmm.
attach to content, right? Like I know for me, some of the videos that have picked up, I literally did not. No, I didn't care about them. I wasn't expecting anything,
Hmm.
and it's just like just putting it out there, and then oh, it blows up, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the one thing about TikTok which I've learned. Oh, actually, no, I'm trying to word this. The one thing I liked about TikTok, like the organic, how organic it is.
Yes,
I think
it
that's
was, yeah,
that's the word.
super organic platform in terms of what people can see and the content that they see. Um yeah. and the way that it's sort of curated for you. But yeah, there's certain things I'd like to change about it, where I'd like to see certain other things.
Mm,
But like for me on my For You page is like Asian comedy. I'd like to see a little bit more. I get a lot of music as well because I love musicians, but I'd like to see sort of like artists. I like seeing artwork and stuff, but I don't get to see it as often because it's super curated to what I've liked prior.
yeah, for me right now, it's mostly Animal Crossing since that came
Mhm.
out, but also, which is kind of weird, not weird, Legend of, uh, oh gosh, The Legend of the Last Airbender? What's the correct title? What's the full title?
Avatar,
No, no, I know it's Avatar, but it's like The Legend of Aang.
Legend of Aang, yeah.
Yeah, that took me way too long.
Legend of Aang,
Yeah, so I'm
yes,
seeing so much of that as well now, and I'm like, because re it just came out on
on Netflix, yeah,
available on Netflix to stream. But
yeah, mhm,
yeah, it's that's the one thing. Like
mhm,
seeing so much Asian representation on
yeah,
there is great. There are
yeah,
some people who I definitely would call out. Like you do see some posts which are very inappropriate, and it's kind of
yeah.
like I don't know if I could say a bad reflection of us, but it doesn't help in terms
No,
of
it doesn't. No,
certain
definitely.
stereotypes and stuff like that,
Mhm,
which I'm like,
mhm.
I would say against. I don't know. Like for me personally, when it comes to like our content, I don't know if I'd like to make those kind of skits that perpetuate Asian stereotypes in that way, but that's
No,
just
yeah,
how
of
I feel.
course.
But
No, yeah, no. I think I feel you on that level as well. But yeah,
yeah,
one of the
um,
reasons why I sort of jumped on TikTok as well was more of to consume content and
yeah.
also to support my cousin's girlfriend,
Oh
and
wait,
Charisu.
really?
Yeah,
Wait, so you joined TikTok to support
yeah,
her? I
yeah.
love
So
that.
she, she create. I think she joined in maybe August time. I think it was of last year. So I downloaded it because obviously Anne is basically like family now. Her and my cousin have been dating for a number of years. I can't recall the number. I'm really sorry, guys. But yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow, I didn't
I
know that.
jumped on it to sort of like support her just because um, she's such a hard worker, and I love seeing her create. Like if you know about Anchorizo on YouTube from years back, like she's always
Mm,
grinded on YouTube, like the way that she's edited. She's always done everything herself as well.
yeah,
So all of her, she when she creates her cosplays, she makes them herself from scratch. She edits her own videos. She streams, like she sets all of that up by herself, and that's all her. That's all Anne, and and I just like I want to support her wholeheartedly because she's such a hard worker, and I feel like supporting the people who are right in front of you that you know directly is far more important for me personally than sort of like celebrities who already have that fan base. You know what I mean?
yes, exactly. And
So,
I feel like a great example that you just put is like the fact that you downloaded a new app, like a new platform to support someone.
yeah.
Not a lot of people do that. They'll jump on the platform once it's trending, which it is now, but
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't go out their way to be like, oh, I want to support
Mm-hmm.
someone. Like, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Then I came to realize how funny TikTok was as a whole. Like I just love
Yeah.
the diversity on it, and then just like yeah, I'm gonna just start uploading. That's what like you download like as you see in so many people's bios. I downloaded this as a joke. Now I want to be TikTok famous. Like you literally see that as their bio. Like honestly, but yeah, it's good. It's good. I love it
Yeah. Especially during lockdown, I know a lot more people have been
on it.
downloading
Yeah.
it. But then for us, it's like, yo, we knew TikTok was already popping. Like, the fact that
Mm-hmm.
you guys had to be stuck indoors and be bored to realize that is.
Yeah.
And speaking of TikTok, you can follow Bam at TikTok as well. Uh,
Bam and beyond.
yeah, I mean, we have the same URL for everything. So
Everything. So
no
cool.
excuse to not find us everywhere.
Bam and beyond.
And yeah, lots of content coming there as well. Oh, I'm so
Yes,
excited.
I
There's so
can't
much
wait.
stuff.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Um, I've been learning how to do like loads of different things on TikTok recently, and I'm like I can't wait to sort of like experiment with them.
Okay.
But
This is
yeah,
more
it's really cool.
dancing.
No, it's actually like more like there's a trending thing where everything is they're lip syncing and it's zooming in. But yeah, I've learned how to do that. But
Okay,
yeah, there's a couple of other things I like want to incorporate and stuff. But yeah, it's really really cool.
guys, tutorials coming soon from Ray.
If you guys want it, then why not? You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean, content is out there to help other creators as well. I'm not here to be
100%,
selfish.
man,
I'm not here
100%.
to be selfish.
We're
I'm
not here
here
for
to
that.
sort of
We're here
I'm
for
here
community.
to spread the love. I'm here to be like, yo, like let's create together. Like I'm I feel like people who have a smaller platform need more reason to be exposed. They're like
Because yo,
they
starting
need
is
to
the
give they need to
hardest
give
part.
like the catch-22 type thing. If you don't have experience, we're not going to give you it. If you have experience, then you'll get it. You know what I mean? So I'm just
Yeah,
like, I want to be able to be like, boom, like I have virtually zero experience in the real acting world. I'm doing everything and learning everything with BAM, and I'm going through everything and I'm learning and discovering what I need to do and how I need to work on certain things. I watch YouTube videos of how to improve as an actor. I'm gonna be paying for classes to learn how to act on camera. So like, there's so many different things um, that
uh,
I feel like just give people an opportunity. What if you give people an opportunity? If you give people an opportunity, they'll be far more driven. Because if there's someone who's been working in an industry for maybe 40 years and they've lost their passion, why not give it to someone who's younger and has
yeah,
that passion there and they're driven? Yes, they might make mistakes, but they're there to learn and they're going to be like, okay, I've learned this. This is so exciting for me. So, you know what I mean?
100%. And I'm gonna perfectly segue because we're also gonna be starting a new series where we're gonna share other creators' work who we like, and uh, we don't really have a title for it right now. It's probably just gonna be like Bam Presents, and yeah, so that's gonna be an opportunity for us to share more stuff that not just that we make, but what others have made, which we think is great, which we believe others need to see as well.
See, yeah, I love that. I love that.
And we watched the first one. Your reaction was like, I was very I wasn't expecting you to react the way you did, but
Mm.
the fact
Oh,
that you
but
did, I was like,
yeah, it was so good. It was
it
really
was
good.
so
I
good.
can't wait until it gets
Yeah.
released. But, shouts to
Shout out.
shouts to when you see it,
Yeah,
like the person is incredible. The person who made it is incredible. When you see the video, full credits to him because
it was beautiful.
it was a work of art, honestly.
It's beautiful. Um, so yeah, you guys can look forward to that. And
Yes.
I feel like we're about to segue to the end. Like this was
Mm-hmm.
third time's a charm, man.
Yeah,
Were we
one
gonna
one.
reference that? We weren't gonna.
No, we can definitely reference
Yeah, so guys,
the
this is our third take. Um, I
yeah
feel like this
for
is the
the
best
second.
one. This is the
Yeah,
best one.
definitely.
This
Yeah,
is the
without a
best
doubt.
one.
Yeah,
Ah,
without a doubt.
yeah,
The second take wasn't really a take,
it was
was
my
it
fault.
though?
I might have forgotten to record. But hey, but then this happened, which I felt was even possibly better. But
Yeah, definitely. I loved it. So,
and yeah, so guys, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast and subscribe to all of our socials.
mm-hmm.
So like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, especially, and
Yes.
TikTok's gonna be very exciting.
Yes.
Um, and leave a 5-star review, please. That will help us a lot with the podcast in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you follow us as well.
Yeah.
Hello, follow
Radies a
Radies
Panther.
Banter. Oh my god, I was so close to saying Raspberry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Rice Boy Ray is somewhere there in the world, but but Radies a Panther is my socials.
Yeah, you
On
weeb.
pretty much everything now. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, so catch me on there. You'll see me active. I'll be creating,
Yeah,
and you'll also catch me a lot more on BAM. So I'm super excited to be back.
you ain't going anywhere. You
Grind with the
just
team. No, back on the grind with the
yeah,
team. I
100%.
didn't leave.
No, you
I was
didn't
just
leave.
saying back on the grind.
We're actually joking about this because he was like how so it was like how he unofficially took a step down, right? And then I was just like, dude, this is a building. You didn't leave the building. You just went downstairs. I don't. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
And if you're watching it on our channel, then thank you for watching us. If you have any questions for the future episodes towards Ray, me, anyone else who's part of the team, let us know, and we'll have a segment where we start answering questions once we
Yeah,
start getting
definitely.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you want to learn more about Ray's experiences in the Philippines, which I would love to know more of as well. So I'll probably drop a question there as well. And
Yeah, sick. I'd love to talk about that. It was an experience and a half. But
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, thank you guys. We
Thank
will.
you.
Okay, we need to work on the outro because I don't know whether I'm saying we'll see you again or you'll hear from us. Because if I
Okay.
say you'll hear from us, it feels like a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm in the mafia. Like you'll be hearing from us again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be back. Or we will
We'll
be
be back.
back. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be
we'll be
back.
back. Catch
Yeah,
you. We'll be
next week.
back. Catch you on the next. Catch you on the next podcast. Boom.
That's next week. Next app. That's what I said.
Next episode.
Next episode. Thank you, Ray.
Next episode. No worries.
So guys, hope you're staying safe, keeping well, and
Yes.
looking after each other.
Yes.
Did you just flip your head around? Your hat, your head, your
Yes.
hat.
I. Yes, I rotated my hat.
Like the
But yeah.
exorcist. Fair. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.